Drills Talk, episode 24. In this episode, we're going to discuss the top 5 ways to market yourself. This is based off of a blog I wrote entitled The Importance of Networking. I mean, we don't know what you do. Drills Talk, episode 24. Before we get into this, every Monday, a new blog. Every Wednesday, new vlog. Every Friday, a new beat produced by Drills. Join if you haven't joined us. If you have joined, thanks for staying with us. Let's get started. Number one, of course, is social media presence. So, yeah, of course you need to be on social media. You have to do Instagram. You have to do a Facebook. You have to have your own website. You have to be, at least on TikTok. You have to have pages out there. You got to be on Twitter, or at least have a Twitter, or get your handle, make sure it's not taken by anybody. You have to do this stuff. No, it's not fun if you don't do it already. It's just a necessity. It's something you must do. Otherwise, we're not going to know what you do. We're not going to know who you are. You need to do, oh yeah, and maybe start a YouTube channel. Why not? Why wouldn't you start one? So this is what you need to do in order for us to know what you do. Social media presence is like number one. I would say I'm probably about a year in to even starting social media presence. And a year later, it's growing, but without that social media presence, I don't think I would know half the people in my industry that I do know. I don't even think I would know 30% of the people in the industry that I do know if I wasn't in social media and I wasn't out there, looking for like-minded people and looking for people who do what I do, or looking for people who would, play my music or whatever it is. It's like, you have to do this. This is part of the job. The scary part, I guess, for most people would be like, let's say you're not in entertainment, right? So obviously when I'm showing my face is part of what I do, but say you want to start a company and you make food, right? You want to start a catering company. Maybe you're comfortable in the kitchen, and nobody who doesn't work in the kitchen is usually in the kitchen. You don't have to see people. You don't have to see the people you're giving the food to. You don't deal with that. That's not your part. Most of the time, you're not even a salesperson, so you don't have to deal with other companies face to face. It's like you're the kitchen person, but now you're branching off and you're starting your own. You're not just the kitchen person anymore. You're the big boss. So you're going to have to show your face. People are going to have to know who you are. Businesses are going to have to be comfortable being able to point or find you on the internet and say, okay, this is who we're buying from. This is the person that we can talk to if something goes wrong. This is the person that we're going to talk to if it goes right. You're the person. You can't shy away. If the whole numbers thing is bothering you, and you're like, oh, well, what if I start a Twitter and I have 2 followers? Or what if I start an Instagram, nobody's following me and I don't know how to get my followers up? That's not exactly, what we're doing here. We're not trying to be, social media moguls. We're just trying to be found. We're trying to be out there. If someone sees your company's logo somewhere and they can't find it anywhere on the internet, they might as well not have seen it. The thing with being on Twitter, being on Instagram, being on Facebook, and then having your own personal business website or personal website, and maybe even being on YouTube, is like, oh my goodness, this is a real business. This person in this company is everywhere. It doesn't matter if they got 100 followers or 200 there and 1,000 there, and then it's like, oh, it's just 10 over here, and they don't post anything. It doesn't matter. The thing is, that logo and that name is in like 5 different places, 5 different very popular places. And you know what? I'm comfortable buying from them now, because I wouldn't be if I couldn't find them. Social media presence, absolutely number one. If you have not started it, please do start it. It is the number one stepping stone. It's a prerequisite to starting a successful business. Get it started. Number two is to join groups and memberships. So when you're on Facebook or another platform, using Facebook because it's popular, but when you're on a Facebook platform, you can join these multiple groups, and whatever interest or industry that you're in, you can join these groups and introduce yourself, maybe be part of a couple of, long conversations, or, state exactly what it is you do, show a couple examples of what you do, maybe put a couple of videos up there just to show everybody, hey, like, this is where I am. I'm in such and such city and state. This is what we do. If you ever here, stop by. Or if you ever need something from us, just give us a call. Check out our website. That's what you're doing in those groups. Also, you're with other people who are in it. So let's say you are starting that catering business, and maybe a person who's been in business and catering for 10 years is there, and they're just dropping this knowledge that you just never knew and you never would have known if you didn't join that group or join that membership, to learn exactly what these people know. And they know it so much, it just spews out of their mouth. They're not charging for it. They're not thinking about somebody's going to use this and make some money off of it. They're just in casual conversation, giving you the knowledge that you would need to, make sure you get to 10 years. It's very much worth it. Let's say you can also find message boards that are specific to exactly what your industry is. I know there are a lot. It's really good ones on real estate. I'm sure there are good ones in any industry, but if you're into music, there's a lot of good music message boards. Of course, there's up and comers, and there's people who are going to post their music, whether it's good or not. That comes with everything. It's people who want to get into food and they post their food and it's not good looking and it's, probably don't taste good either. But they're out there, and that's what you need to be. You need to at least be out there with everybody else, playing the game, living the life. And that's where I'm going to get to in number 3. Number 3 is to live what you do. If you are a caterer, then you are a caterer always, 24/7. If somebody's talking about a party and casual conversation, or you're at the supermarket and somebody's talking about a party, you ask them, hey, do you got a caterer? What size is the party? My company is great. They can really help you with that. They can probably save you, a lot of money. It'd be better than you, buying a whole bunch of food at the supermarket and then having somebody prepare it and hoping it's good. You got to be comfortable doing that. You got to be comfortable being you. Like, let's say me, for instance. It's very easy to talk about me because I'm me, right? So let's say I'm in entertainment. I'm a rapper. I'm a producer. I am an engineer. I am a YouTuber now, I guess. There's a lot of things that's going on with me, and I'll let people know who are in similar fields. Like, if you're not in a similar field, there's really no point in me telling you exactly what I do because, why? But if you're into movies or you're into commercials or acting or modeling, things like that. Oh yeah, I make music. You need music for your movie. You need music for, your TV show. You need music for your runway, walks. Yeah, I'm going to tell you exactly what I do. If you're a fellow, music producer or a rapper, hey, listen to my stuff. If you feeling what it's sounding like, hit me up. We can work together for sure. Why not? Like, what am I here for? That's what I do. Of course I want to work with you. Of course I'm going to work with you. Now, I'm not going to get into, the whole money issue and things like that. But no, you don't do anything for free. But I'm saying if you both are coming up from the bottom and you're starting together, then, neither of you got any money anyway. Why not work together and make some money off of what you created together? That makes all the sense in the world, right? Live what you do. If you're a rapper and that's the only thing you do, then you better be great at it and you better live as a rapper. You should be writing every day, right? You should be recording at least every week. You should be trying to get better. You should be studying the history, all this stuff. And if you're not doing it, then you're not really living it. And it's never going to become realistic in real life because you didn't sell everything. You didn't go all out for it. Why would it go all out for you? No one even knows what you do. How are you going to be super successful? Are you going to try to be like a quiet recording artist? Like, how is that possible? You're going to, start a restaurant without giving anybody food? How are you going to get the money to open up a big restaurant if no one has ever tasted your food? It's probably not going to happen, right? The natural progression is probably working for another chef and then maybe going to a food truck or some sort of small service, I deliver to you in the neighborhood type of thing. And then I muster up enough money and enough gall to start my own restaurant. How are you going to do that without anybody seeing your face? How are you going to do that without anybody tasting your product? And if you're in the music, anybody listening to your product or hearing your product or being able to find your product, you just can't do this stuff, right? You got to live what you're going to do. You got to be it. You have to live it. Being what you want to do has nothing to do with your money in your pockets. I know a lot of people are like, yo, I can't live it because I don't have the money. Yes, you can. You can absolutely live who you are. If you think being a rapper requires you to have chains and ridiculously expensive clothes, then you're missing it. You're not getting it. Being a musician is making music, writing great songs, performing. It has nothing to do with your bank account. Now, if you're really good at it, it's going to improve, but that's not what it's about. So if you feel that you can't be the rapper that you feel you should be, or you can't be this, super producer without breaking the bank or maxing out a credit card, then you're missing the boat. And, hopefully you get this message, because that's not what it's about. Number four is practicing supporting skills. So when I ran down everything that I did, and it probably wasn't even everything, but most of the stuff that I do, that was supporting stuff. Like, I started as a rapper only. I think I wrote my first rhyme in 7th grade. Started producing about 4 years later from losing all my money, spending my money on beat CDs, and you don't even make those no more. But that's what I was spending all my money on. I'm like, yo, I need to learn how to make my own stuff. So, supporting skill was producing. Now I love it, and then I was like, I don't really like the wait time on, giving them my song and then just hoping that it comes back the way I want it to sound. So I started engineering. I started mixing and mastering my own stuff, supporting, right? Being a rapper, supporting being a producer would be learning to mix and master. So, of course, you can take this to whatever industry that you would like to get into, but that supporting stuff, it helps a bunch, because what you're going to do is you're going to start thinking as you wouldn't think, because you have more skill. You're at different stages, If you're just a rapper, you're not thinking like an engineer. If you're just a mix engineer, you're not probably thinking, how a producer is seeing a song prior to the beat even being made. You don't have that skill. But when you put all that together, it makes you this super musician or this next level artist, because you're thinking in like the brains of 4 different types of people, 4 different steps. And it can only help. If you're a cook and you can't bake anything, why have that weakness just glaring forever? Why not be able to bake a couple of things great? Why not? If you're a teacher, you're like, I'm really comfortable teaching math and science. Well, why not try to dibble and dabble in history? Why not try to, get really good at, at business or things like that? Why not? How is it not going to help you as a teacher? How is it not going to hone your skills more? It can only help you. You got to remember, get better at those supporting skills. Of course, you can meet somebody and say, they got it. Of course, that's what they do. That's their main skill. But why would you not have a little bit of skill in it to where you maybe can throw them a suggestion to make something y'all got at the good step to great? Why not? Number five is to put your stamp on everything you do. Your stamp is like Drills did that. I know he did that. One, if it's music, because my name is all over it, right? So you hear Great Wizard of the World, you hear Yo Drills, you hear all of that. Or maybe you recognize, those drums sound like, something Drills will make. Or, oh, that bass, the way that bass is rolling, that sounds like something Drills will make. Yeah, that's my stamp on it. If you see the Drills Talk series, it's like, okay, well, yeah, he's basically just talking to me. It's me and him in a conversation. I like that. That's something that he does. It's just he's sitting down and he's talking to me a couple of minutes, 15, 20, 30 minutes. And I like that. So I come back for more because that's my stamp. That's how I do it. People do it their way. I do it my way. And you do your thing your way. Just make sure it's really good. Make sure you're doing your best. Put your stamp on it. If you cook something, and it's like everybody cooks it. It's a cake. It's a chocolate cake. But what's my stamp on it? Oh, well, I throw a little applesauce in it to make sure it's really moist. That's how I do it. That's my thing. I always have super moist cakes. They're not going to fall apart on you. But once you put that fork through and you taste it, you're like, oh, yep, that's so-and-so's cake. That's what you have to do. Whatever it is you do, if you fix and flip houses, make sure your stamp is on it. Oh, every house that they flip looks gorgeous. It's not, way over the top for the neighborhood. I'm not spending way too much. It's just for the money. It's right at the top of the neighborhood. The curb appeal is awesome. It makes me happy about coming home. This is what they do. That's your stamp. It's what the customer knows they're getting when they're dealing with you. And you have to put your stamp on everything. It's just the way you live now. And I don't care what you're doing. This is how I do it. This is my stamp. Do not half-ass anything. We don't do that. You're trying to be great. You're going to be great. But the way people are going to know you're great is because this is that stamp. This is that stamp. When you hear somebody, say something and they say with so much confidence, you're like, oh my goodness, that person believes everything they're saying. That's their stamp. That confidence is like that is taking you in. You're like, oh my goodness, yeah, I really believe what they're saying. That confidence pulled you in. That confidence is what their stamp is. They're really good at it. Let's say, The Rock or Denzel Washington, when they're speaking, it's like, yo, yep, that's that Denzel thing. Or, oh yeah, The Rock, yeah, that he's just, he just brings it on in. He brings everybody on in, and that's the stamp. Beyonce on stage. You can think what you want about Beyonce, but if you see her perform, there is no lack in it. None. That's her stamp. She is a super performer. She can sing and dance and move and shake, and her voice still sounds as if she's standing still. Try that. It's not easy at all. That's her stamp. So this is what I'm saying. Like, be the best you can be. Make sure you're reachable. Make sure people can find you. Make sure you're living it. Get some supporting skills and absolutely put your stamp on everything you do. Drills Talk, episode 24. These are the top 5 ways to market yourself. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. It's drills.com. Check this out. It's Drills.